Hi, my name is Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. So really quick, just my update from the past week. So the last weigh-in that I reported was 181.2 pounds. And that was the week that I was recovering from my surgery. And then this last Wednesday, so I did a Wednesday weigh-in because I went out of town Wednesday through Saturday. I weighed in at 180.4. So that was 0.8 pounds down. So I was coming back down from all of the, inflammation from my body, which was great. Spoiler alert though, this next week, my next update is going to be a gain, probably a lot, because and I'll go into that more next week, but I had 5 eating days in a row. I went out of town with my husband. We went up to eastern Washington and northern Idaho, and it was just an anniversary trip. We were supposed to go to Hawaii, but that got canceled. So this was sort of a backup plan, and it was actually really nice and really pretty. We really loved it. So let me know if you are from that area or if you live there now. It was really pretty. So we live in the desert, and it was just nice to be somewhere with a lot of trees and fall colors, and it was just really relaxing, and it was fun. We actually, we stayed in Spokane, Washington. We drove over to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area, and we actually drove all the way up to the Canadian border, even though we couldn't go into Canada because our passports are expired, but even if they weren't, no one is, as far as I know, no one is allowed to go into Canada right now, if you're not a citizen. So yeah, it was just fun and relaxing. We ate a lot. And as far as that goes, I would say that I'm getting better. I'm getting better at the whole regulating myself on vacation thing. But it is challenging. It's always challenging, going from a fasting lifestyle to eating multiple days in a row and eating like all day. I tried to stay under at least, I tried to at least have a 12-hour break in between when I would go to bed and wake up, or eat last and wake up. So just a 12-hour eating window. And I just tried to be mindful of, not making myself overstuffed and too full. But of course I did enjoy myself. We ate out every night. And I haven't traveled to other countries, so I can't say, but what I have heard is that in America, our portions are huge, and I can definitely see that because it's so much food when you go out to eat. So the first night we ate at a hibachi restaurant. We love going to those places where they cook in front of you and they make the vegetables and the fried rice, and you also get like a cup of soup and a salad, and then you pick a meat. So I did steak and chicken, and that was absolutely delicious, but I was so full. And then the next night we ate at a place that was actually by the restaurant, or by the airport, and it was called the Rusty Moose, and it was just really cute, and the food was good. I had chicken parmesan with cheddar mashed potatoes and a salad. So that was yummy, but also just a lot of food. And then the last night we were there, we went to just Five Guys burgers and fries, which is so good. It's a chain and it's everywhere. It's not like super special, but I love it. And I don't eat it a lot. I really don't eat a lot of fast food on a normal basis. So it was good, but it's so much food again. So, the whole dinner thing is hard for me, is challenging, because normally at home when I'm, on my eating days, I would say that I eat more around lunchtime, and it's kind of like a curve, like I'll start out really slow, kind of peak around like 10 to noon, and then taper off by dinner time. So I won't eat like a huge dinner. So eating like heavy meals at dinner time was a change, and definitely I just felt really, really full all the time. So, but it was fun, and I'm glad we got to do it. And it really just, it does make me appreciate my normal rhythm of fasting. And, you know, it recommits me to this lifestyle. I feel like when I have these vacations, I do enjoy them, but I don't enjoy the feeling of being so full all the time. So I hope that makes sense. Like it's not like I didn't get sick, and so I was proud of myself for that. Like I didn't get actually sick. I was just kind of uncomfortably full a lot. So anyway, but you know, it was great. And like I said, so the next week, expect a gain, definitely a gain. And I'm doing something different this week, so I will definitely tell you guys about that. And it's sort of an experiment, and we'll see how it goes. But the good news is that I have the rest of my life to figure things out and to keep experimenting. And you know, and I'm definitely still not 100% after my procedure for my kidney stone. I feel like my body is just not 100% back to normal yet, but I really do appreciate that I feel so much better than I did that first week, and that I can function, I just was not functional at all. So it is really nice just to be able to, you know, do the things that I need to in my life, and I appreciate that. So moving on, just what I wanted to talk about today was this concept of, you hear all the time, people who have started fasting or just alternate day fasting or any type of intermittent fasting. And, you know, they'll say like, I'm really disappointed because I've only lost, you know, fill in the blanks, like 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds. And I get it, you know, like in my former life, I really wanted fast results, and I wanted the weight gone ASAP. And I can still resonate with that feeling because, you know, here I am after a vacation and a surgery and stuff, and my weight is up, and I would love for it to just go away. But it doesn't always work that way. And I think that intermittent fasting is unique in that there is more going on in our bodies with healing than just releasing weight on the scale. So I just thought it would be kind of fun and maybe helpful to sort of look at that and break it down for people. So here I have a can of beans, and this weighs 1 pound, okay? So it's not a lot, like you can easily pick it up and I can hold it. But if I kept doing this for a while, like my arm would get tired and it would get heavy. And if you've ever held like a newborn baby, they're super light, but after you've been holding them for a while, it starts to feel heavy. And then this here, this is 5 pounds, okay? This is a bag of flour. Okay, so again, not too bad, but after a while, it starts to weigh you down, okay? So, and I mean, if you look at this, it's fairly big, like it's not insignificant. So if you've only lost 5 pounds, I really encourage you to pick up a bag of flour that's 5 pounds and just imagine this being on your body all the time. Okay, so I've lost, but depending on, you know, how the week is going, anywhere between 6 and 7 of these, which is just crazy. And like, even to me, 30 to 35 pounds doesn't sound like a ton when you look at people who have lost like 75, 80, 100, 200 pounds, you know, it's like, well, that's not really that big of a deal. But like getting rid of this on your body, it is a big deal, even if it's just one, even if it's just this. And the other thing that I want to say about a pound is that the great thing about intermittent fasting is that what I've heard from research is that it tends to go to your visceral fat first. And that is the fat in your abdominal area, and it can cover your organs, which is very dangerous. And so if you're getting rid of a pound of fat and it happens to be surrounding your vital organs, maybe your liver or your intestines, then that's a big deal. And the other thing is that the other awesome thing about intermittent fasting is that you get an increase of human growth hormone, which helps you to build muscle. So I have seen so many pictures, and it just blows me away every time, of people that have lost hardly any weight but look so different. I've mentioned this before, but it really does just blow my mind. So you have to kind of realize that if your body is changing its composition, where you are, you're lowering your fat, but you're gaining muscle, then the scale weight is not going to reflect that progress. You're going to be like, oh man, I gained weight, or I only lost a pound, or I didn't lose any weight. But that doesn't mean that things are not changing for the better in your body. And it could also just be that your body is prioritizing some other kind of healing. So it doesn't mean that nothing is happening or that you're not making progress. It just means that you're slowly getting better and your body is prioritizing whatever it needs to first. And the other kind of idea that I want you to kind of visualize in your head, and as I've gone through sort of a rough patch these past couple of months, not only do I reflect on how far I've come in the past year, but also just in a year from now, I feel like I will be that much better. And I think that if you look at that progress, and let's say that you only lose, a half a pound a week or a third of a pound a week, or you're in a period of a stall, you can still imagine that 1 year from now, you will have probably lost more weight, I'm guessing. And your body also has improved that much more. And so really just taking that long view of your future and putting in those daily deposits and making those choices, it just adds to that. And it's okay, like if things don't always go super well or 100% the way you intended it to, because we're still progressing in whatever way that is. And so even if you had a really tough week and you couldn't fast as much as you wanted to, or maybe you took a pause on fasting for whatever reason, like you just get back on when you can, and hopefully sooner than later. But that doesn't erase the benefits that you've made, and there's just so much hope for the future. And I think that is a really great thing. And so I think it's important to not only look at what those small victories that seem small actually are doing inside of us, but also just to really just focus on that compound effect of what it will mean for the future. And so I hope that helps someone, because I really know that it is hard when we don't see the progress that we're hoping for, especially when you compare intermittent fasting to a lot of these crash diets. Because even though some people will lose really quickly with intermittent fasting, I would say that the majority of people don't. And so as long as you know that and you can accept that, then you will continue to reap the benefits, including weight loss. Your body will eventually get to the place it needs to be, and there may be some other things that you have to do depending on what exactly is going on in your body. You may need some additional testing or whatnot. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you exactly what your situation is. But I know in general that it is a long process and we need to give it time. So yeah, that's my message for today. I really hope you're doing well. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.